Hey everyone, welcome to the video of the week. Today's video of the week is 10 occults or 10 different creatures that they do not have in The Sims 4 that I wish they would eventually come out with in 2020. Some of these I could see possibly happening down the line. Some of them, maybe. But some of them I don't really think they're going to add either. So, these are not in order. Like I did the last episode, these are not in order. I'm just going to go from 1 to 10. The first one being werewolves. And werewolves is one that I've been really wanting in the game for a while now. And I think I speak for a lot of people when I say that. I think that adding werewolves to the game would be a different concept to the game as well. With the addition of mermaids and vampires and already a part of the game, werewolves would add a whole new dynamic to the game, new gameplay, and quite be kind of interesting and open up a lot of different storyline options. Moving on to number 2, which is a fairy. So, fairies are in a way a part of the game through familiars of Sims, and you could potentially make a fairy if you wanted, but they wouldn't be listed as a fairy itself. But I honestly think that adding that occult to the game would also give it another type of dynamic to the game that could be really quite beneficial and could open up a lot of new gameplay as well. Number 3 being something I don't know if it'll ever come to the game, and that is a hobgoblin. So a hobgoblin is pretty much a goblin that's most known for being like devious or whatever. In a way, they kind of remind you of the Sims 4 gnomes. And I don't know if it'll ever be put into the game, but it'd be kind of interesting concept to be added to the game. Number 4 being superheroes or supervillains. And I thought this would be an interesting concept because they have outfits that could be potentially based behind those characters in The Sims. And if you are listed as a superhero or a supervillain in the game, you could equip yourself with certain powers and all that, and will have certain gameplay that you can play yourself as a superhero or even a supervillain. So, number 5 being Bigfoot. Now, I don't know how they would bring this in the game, honestly, but it'd be kind of an interesting concept if you think about it, to bring Bigfoot into the game and have a certain gameplay. Maybe you can search for Bigfoot. Maybe you can become a Bigfoot hunter. Maybe you can eventually, if you're lucky enough to meet Bigfoot, befriend him, or something like that. Maybe even add him to your family. Have baby Bigfoots and all that. It'd be kind of an interesting concept if you think about it. Also, even make a Bigfoot yourself. That'd be kind of interesting as well. So, number 6 is kind of similar to Bigfoot, but more on the winter and snow type of things, but a Yeti. So, Yetis would be kind of interesting. It could be potentially introduce a, like, winter world to the world, kind of like Antarctica. Would be kind of an interesting type of world, and bringing in Yetis would be an interesting concept in that as well. It would also potentially open up the chances of having an igloo as a home. But that, I don't know if that'll actually happen or not, but it'd be kind of an interesting concept if you think about it. Number 7 being demons. So, demons could be kind of interesting. It would be like a certain gameplay that you could have, introducing new characters, and all that would be kind of interesting to add to the game. Having demonic powers as well could be kind of interesting, but you could kind of do that now with, magical skill, but it's still a little bit off with the demon concept. Maybe they can add a certain thing to the demons that witches and stuff in the game will not have. All I gotta say about it is it would be definitely a cool concept. And so number 8 being zombies. So zombies would be kind of an interesting concept to the game. A few weeks ago, I actually made a pack video of ones that other people wanted to see, and Zombie Apocalypse was on there. Now, with zombies being introduced in the game, I wish you would have the chance of adding them but not having to worry about them going around biting other Sims while not playing in that series or playing in something like that. So it'd be kind of an interesting concept if you think about it, but it'd be kind of hard to manage as well. So number 9 being swamp monsters. So this would be interesting because if you go to the one lot in Willow Creek, I believe it is. Hang on a second, I'm going to check. Okay, I'm sorry, it was Windenburg that you can actually see the Loch Ness Monster. If you're lucky and you go to the bluffs, you can actually see Emily the Loch Ness Monster. But having the swamp character in the game would be kind of interesting as well. Maybe if you go to the bluffs, if you're lucky enough, you could run into him or her there and potentially befriend them, enemyize them if you wanted to, and even create your own if you wanted to. Be kind of an interesting concept. Number 10 being the Loch Ness Monster, since we have already talked about Emily being a chance of seeing Emily in Windenburg if you go to the bluffs. It'd be kind of interesting, honestly, it really would. It'd be really interesting to have them incorporate Emily into the game, especially if they would incorporate her into Solani as well, because Solani has the ocean that you can actually go into. You can have mermaids swim around in there. If you have Sim go in there at night, maybe you can have Emily attack them. It'd be kind of interesting. I don't know if they would consider that or not, but it'd be kind of an interesting concept. And it would be giving you a lot of gameplay if you would choose to do a siren storyline with your mermaid Sim versus a mermaid storyline. Mermaids are nicer and sirens are known for being a little bit more demented or dark. So that's it for this episode of the video of the weeks. So next video of the week for next Wednesday will be 21 facts about me, since my 21st birthday will be coming up on February 11th of this year. So I thought I would share 21 facts about me in the upcoming episode for next Wednesday. Now, next Wednesday is not my birthday. It isn't till the 11th, but I thought I would do it a little bit earlier for you guys because I have other videos planned for later dates. So, thank you guys for watching. Have a great day. Peace.